we will follow the flow in such a way that we'll have some understanding from the planning side. From planning perspective of the infrastructure, we have Mr. Abhijeet Sinha, who is the program director for NHEV.
Namaskar, I am Abhijeet Sinha, National Program Director of Ease of Doing Business. I am here because of my additional charge with the National Highway for Electric Vehicle, and I represent India's premier tech piloting agency, Ease of Doing Business, which only does pilots into emerging technologies like drone, electric mobility, hydrogen, and much more. My background is a banker. I had to be working with IndusInd Bank, and then in a distant consulting relationship, we worked in 2014 to 16 with World Bank. Prior to taking this challenging position of electric mobility, I did 2 pilots of National Population Register digitalization with Aadhaar, that is UIDAI that time, and integrated management for critical childhood illness. Then I worked with the Citizen for Accountable Governance team of Prime Ministers in 2014 parliamentary elections. In 2019, I worked with Main Bhi Chaukidar campaign, and 2024, I'm working with Viksit Bharat. I'm also Viksit Bharat National Master Plan brand ambassador. In my tenure of last 10 years as Ease of Doing Business Program Director, the mobility pilot that we did, which is known as National Highway for Electric Vehicle, has done 3 technical trials, Delhi to Jaipur, Delhi to Agra, and recent one is Chennai to Trichy, which was specifically for truck. During these 3 trials, almost all emissions, critical difficulties which was brought to us as a difficulty of doing business was resolved, other than one pilot which was inserting a battery into a car to make it swappable and technically swappable. Nothing has failed as of now. Recently, we opened a 500 crore instrument, which is on the delivery mode with the 3rd pilot of Chennai Trichy, which was specifically on truck. This instrument we will discuss during the course of the conversation. But in previous 2 segments of Delhi Jaipur and Delhi Agra, first electric bus, then electric car, then electric bus and electric SUV, long range SUV, and 3rd trial was on the electric trucks. 4th trial we are expecting in 2026 is with hydrogen trucks and LNG and electric trucks. In this trial we are expecting next year to also compare swappable electric battery trucks and chargeable electric battery trucks.
As a program director for NHEV, what do you feel how NHEV is preparing India's highways to enable electrification? And if you can also share your experiences direct to the earlier Delhi-Jaipur corridor.
Just to put in perspective to why these pilots were triggered is because of 2 major reasons. Is profitability was very challenging of infrastructure, and infrastructure was proven to be the core of electric mobility. And second, the ownership decision was still individual until and unless National Highway Electric Vehicle started. So we focused how we will be able to make the infrastructure profitable. And second is the ownership decision of buying an electric vehicle should not remain with people. It should remain first with institution, and then it should transit to people. In this institutional adoption and how we will be able to make large companies, large transactions, and large deployments possible, that was the core. In last 2 sectors, in 2 pilots, first Delhi Jaipur and Delhi Agra definitely has given a technical solution that if your vehicle shut down on e-highway, on particularly the National Highway for Electric Vehicle, within 30 minutes we will be able to give technical backup along with a vehicle and a mounted battery which will be able to charge you technically and which primarily have your detail. So the connector will also match. Second, the utilization of charging infrastructure before National Highway Electric Vehicle was only 3% on a pan-India average, which we brought up to 30% from day one. Very simple is it is binding contract that we proven to be happening in Blue Smart, Green Cell Mobility, and now we are planning with fleet operators who are coming from the truck sector. Third is cost of vehicle. The cost of vehicle, reducing cost of vehicle, technically there was only one position, is to make subscription possible of battery, and that we made in 2nd trial with Delhi Jaipur with MG Motors, and now MG Motors has, I think, opened the model into retail with their 2 of the models. Currently we are working on the subscription of battery for trucks, expecting it to be open by end of this year. Last is infrastructure break even. Everybody knows how much petrol pump is earning, what is the cost, how is the financing model, what is the design and nitty-gritties of building a petrol pump. But before National Highway Electric Vehicle, nobody knew how does a charging station look like and when it will get funded. So 36 months is the time. It maximum in some conservative areas you can see 40 months to 45 months it reaches to break even. Other segments which are very important for all of you to understand that would be helpful for electric deployment is the state upstream infrastructure. It's a ease of doing organization. People only come to me with difficulty of doing business. No appreciation, no credit, no matter what you do. That difficulty came multiple times that discoms are not ready. They're taking a lot of time to give connections. So for upstream infrastructure, we went to Finance Minister. Finance Ministry has now recently included digital infrastructure, physical infrastructure, and also electric infrastructure in the National Infrastructure Development Plan, giving 1.5 lakh crore rupees interest-free loan to state government for 50 years for any project which they wish to use with the DISCOM to proceed and to spend on the transmission line. So it was our difficulty. We needed 1 megawatt charging connection from each state at 264 locations. Pan India to cover 5,000 kilometers, and no state government was ready. No DISCOM was ready. Even after all furnishment of all papers, our waiting period was 6 to 7 months. 4 very difficult propositions which we created into last 8 years is we expect a charge point operator to bring land on a highway, power, amenities, footfall, and then real-time support system to keep the infrastructure up. Every 50 kilometer National Highway Electric Vehicle is coming up with a 4.5 acre PPP built infrastructure of charging station where land, power, amenities, food court, safety, and real-time engineer up to 200 staffs are there to keep your infrastructure. It's a co-working space for all of you. Fleet operators. Fleet operators has a offset difficulties. Infrastructure is what they are developing at their own. We took it at our station so that fleet operators can do their planning. They can connect with us and they can also conduct trials. We are currently running on 4 major trials with trucks and buses. Green Cell Mobility and Newogo and NHEV. We work on more than 16 highways where infrastructure is primarily owned by NHEV and vehicles are owned by Green Cell Mobility. Roadside assistance is another problem with fleet operator, and also the toll and parking. Tolling and parking is one. Roadside assistance, offset of infrastructure is what we offer to fleet operators. Policy. Standards, specification. It was first organization, National Highway Electric Vehicle, which compared a global benchmark of German highway, which is 24 crore rupees per kilometer. The one which Germany has prototyped between Berlin and their lead bank interchange, was compared to in India 1 crore rupees per kilometer. Last is financing. In financing, as of now, we could only open 2 instruments. One is 5,000 crore rupees for the entire Bharatmala and Sagarmala, 5,500 kilometer upgradation. And second, we have recently opened 500 crore rupees, which is a viability gap funding for only trucks. Both of these instruments are live. They are open for your scrutiny, for your suggestions and modification. 2 more organizations we have worked with is Ministry of Road Transport and Highway and also with Ministry of Power. In Ministry of Road Transport and Highway, the toll concession is very well taken by WRI. And I believe that this would be one of the biggest gift that this forum and WRI will be able to give if Ministry of Road Transport and Highway in some time will be give complete toll waiver. Upgradation of, I think in your presentation, it was HAM, hybrid annuity model was mentioned by the previous speaker. Upgradation of HAM is already pilot and prototyped in a derivative model called annuity hybrid e-mobility. So now in some time from now, you can expect Ministry of Road Transport and Highway would be able to take a decision that whether the upgradation of e-highway would be done by raising the toll fees on each toll, or it will be done by giving land pieces to do the non-revenue work so that pan-India charging can be 10 to 12 kilowatt hour. In the previous session, you also discussed one nation, one tariff. So it is also under process. If it is happening to be, it is going to be either one of them. Either the toll charges is going to increase to upgrade the highway, or NUT hybrid e-mobility will be able to a large land piece of around 5 acre to give a uniform charging 10 rupees to 12 rupees per kilowatt hour to all ecosystem. Power Ministry was the first to propose 500 kilometer in 2019. Before even the first guideline of Power Ministry came, NHEV proposed this. That time we were not aware that which ministry is going to be the parent ministry. So we went straight away to Gadkari ji that we want to do the trial. Then the trial happened, Power Ministry guideline came, then MHI ministry become the main ministry for this. And last is Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance has recently, what I said, for infrastructure has done a very huge work. We expect in coming time, all state governments who are facing this problem of infrastructure fund for discoms and for other communities to bring the transmission charges up to the charging station would be able to use National Infrastructure Development Fund.